That was an abomination to the sport of basketball.
And unfortunately, I am with the majority here who thought that it wasn't the greatest game. Like, there wasn't that much effort that was shown on the court. This WNBA All-Star Weekend was my first in person. I felt like the players were so excited and happy to be there. They just didn't put that much effort on the court. And I also have to admit that I left during the third quarter. I just kind of couldn't take it anymore.
The WNBA All-Star Game was supposed to showcase the very best of women's basketball. Instead, it became a harsh reminder of how much the league leans on one player.
Bad. Uncle Casey almost feels bad for the players in the WNBA. Yesterday was supposed to be a day of celebration. The rainbow flags were flying. The standard and supersized cucumbers were prepared. This was supposed to be a big weekend for pretend basketball.
When Caitlin Clark announced she'd missed a weekend with groin injury, the celebration unraveled instantly. Empty seats, slashed ticket prices, and fans mentally checking out before halftime told the story.
We see ticket prices dropping very fast. Folks, the get-in price, if you live in Indiana and you got nothing better to do, the get-in price, you might want to throw a couple 50, 60, 70 bucks just to get in to the WNBA All-Star Game, something to do.
This wasn't just another lackluster All-Star Game. It was a full-on exposure of the WNBA's Caitlin Clark dependency. Even as Team Collier cruised past Team Clark 151 to 131, the real takeaway was undeniable. Without Clark on the floor, the game's energy evaporated.
Lisa Collier's team was winning by over 20 points at halftime. And I was like, you know what? Like, let's watch Glorilla perform at halftime. Let's see if they come out a little bit stronger in the third quarter and start to play a little bit more defense. But the lead just got further and further away. And I decided to go back to the hotel and just get ready for my next event. I will say we did go to the game.
Nafisa Collier poured in 36 points and claimed MVP honors, but few seemed to notice. The arena's atmosphere was flat, and the ticket market told the real story. Before Clark's injury, get-in prices hovered at $121 on TickPick.
Man, I'm disappointed. The WNBA All-Star Game was dumpster juice. Boo-boo water. Doo-doo water. You hear me? Whatever you want to call it. Man, that is... But the crazy thing is, what I did appreciate about the game was my precious CC was the coach, and she was looking happy, and she was smiling ear to ear.
Hours after the news broke that the reigning ESPY winner wouldn't play, those same tickets plunged to $64, a 48% drop. That wasn't a market correction. It was a mass exodus.
No, Caitlin Clark, she was officially ruled out before all of these things. And look at the news that dropped. This is wild. WNBA All-Star Weekend. It's supposed to be the star of all stars. All the big dogs is out. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, everybody's out. The big dogs are out. You got the rookie, you got Angel Reese, Miss Me Too. All of the stars are here. And look at this news. The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48% from $121 to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing.
Front Office Sports reported that the average purchase price had hit a record-setting $262, the highest in All-Star history. But once fans realized there would be no Clark show in Indianapolis, the resale market collapsed. Courtside seats once topping $1,000 were suddenly being offloaded for a fraction of the cost.
Well, would you look at that? Prices for the WNBA All-Star Game have plummeted 49% after Caitlin Clark was ruled out due to injury, per TickPick. I can't say that I'm surprised by this at all. I mean, no matter how much you love her or hate her, Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. When she goes, the ratings go. Simply put.
The optics were even worse than the numbers. Empty patches dotted Gamebridge Fieldhouse, not bathroom runs, but fans who showed up expecting magic and instead got a loose pickup game. 4-point Eves flew like an NBA 2K session with sliders maxed out. Meanwhile, Clark, the top vote getter in All-Star history with 1.29 million fan votes, was stuck coaching from the bench in a Pay Us What You Owe Us t-shirt. The irony was hard to miss. How you pay players their worth when your biggest draw can't even play.
How are you gonna wear a shirt, pay us what you owe us, and then continue to play the worst fucking game I have ever seen in my life? Zero defense.
Clark's absence hit more than the game itself. Friday's three-point contest was hyped as a showdown between her and Sabrina Ionescu. Instead, Lexi Hull filled in. Solid effort. But the energy wasn't the same. It felt like watching a cover band try to replace the Beatles. The game followed the same script. Despite a strong lineup with Kelsey Mitchell, Aya Wilson, and Aaliyah Boston, Team Clark never found rhythm and fell by 20. Even with Clark on the sidelines, her absence on the court hung over every possession.
They shot 58 threes. You hear me? Man, I don't agree with that. Wasn't nobody playing defense. See, there's a reason why they don't get paid what they supposed to get paid at the end of the day. You hear me? Like, come on now. Stop it. Like, play defense. Make it interesting. Like, be competitive. You hear me? Like, it ain't like y'all just don't be trying to hurt people for real. Just like in the NBA All-Star game, they be playing defense. They don't be hurting each other. I mean, they'll bruise each other a little bit, but come on now.
Team Collier set a scoring record with 282 combined points, but the fireworks felt empty. Defense was non-existent. Intensity was low, and the game looked more like a casual shoot-around than a battle of stars. The novelty of the new four-point line wore off quickly, leaving fans bored and glued to their phones. With ratings already projected to fall from last year's 3.44 million viewers, the lack of drama and energy loomed large.
The WNBA All-Star Game was very disappointing. I'm going to keep it a buck. You're trying to fight negotiations and CBA and you want more money and shit like that. You got to give people something exciting to watch. I could have watched a group of first graders play that game and it would have been more exciting. Now, I'm an NBA guy, and I watch tons of All-Star games. So I don't really expect lockdown defense and hustle plays and diving on the floor and shit like that. I get it. It's an All-Star game. However, at least you could have picked up the pace at halftime, third quarter, or maybe try to keep the game close. Because the score really doesn't tell me how the game went. It wasn't like one team was dominating the other team. The only reason one team was up by so much is because the other team was missing their shots. Because that's all I saw.
Without Clark, the weekend lost its spark. Her absence highlighted not just how much she elevates the product, but how much the league depends on her for visibility and growth. The WNBA now faces a tough question: how you keep the All-Star game relevant when its biggest star isn't on the floor. As Skip Bayless put it, other players may have enjoyed their moment without Clark overshadowing them, but plummeting ratings prove the truth. Angel Reese, Paige Buchers, and the rest of the stars had the stage, yet the energy was flat, the excitement forced, and the product underwhelming.
For the people who don't believe in the CC effect, my precious CC, y'all ticket sales went from $262 to $121 to $64 to get in at the door. That is horrible. It decreased by 48%. You hear me? That is wild. So, for all the ones who be hating on my precious CC, understand the Caitlin Clark effect is real. The CC effect is real. My precious CC is real. You hear me? Y'all need to put some respect on her name. That's wild, huh? We only wanted to see my precious CC, not nobody else. As the Temptations